So this video is kind of a reply to a video done by Adam Sessler, Rev3 Games, basically talking about his dislikes with Kickstarter and how crowdfunding can be a bit of a painstaking thing if overfunded or the project that is presented is not as what the funding was provided for. So that video that I mentioned will be linked in the description, of course, and basically if you don't want to watch it, he basically talked about how crowdfunding and Kickstarter is getting a little too out of hand, getting a little too much, where companies are somehow, they're not making the best decisions when basically outsourcing the funding to the users who they want to play the game. They want to support the game. And basically games that have been, for example, he said a game by a company that they're another game that they haven't finished the first game with, they're already asking for funds, already started a Kickstarter page for. And how some games that could make a lot of money have not been directed the right way. So basically, I agree that crowdfunding can get out of hand, but I have to say that it basically comes with the territory and the risk of, say, the Ouya not doing as well as the $8 million put into it, or any other game that has come out in the present and in the future that has been bad, or any other content, for example. I'm gonna go into a little bit of more entertainment rather than just video games, because I know someone who is in a band who did a Kickstarter thing and it actually worked quite well for them. So I'll move on to that later. But I agree with that, but like I said, it comes with the territory. It's really a risk and reward thing. Chivalry, for example, Chivalry Medieval Warfare, a game that was really fun and I was really supporting until it came out, and it's a really cool game. I can't recall the amount of money it made. I'll put a little picture showing it, but I enjoyed it. And the thing is, if you pay for it, you add enough donation for it, you get the whole game for free. So it's like you've pre-ordered the game and you're helping someone out. Now what I want to talk about is something that I call funding awareness, user funding awareness, crowdfunding awareness. Basically, anyone out putting out a project, whether it's a video series, which there has been a game, or a film, short film, whatever the heck, you want to put that out. Basically, give the customers as much prototypes as possible, maybe a demo to download already. For example, there's a game called Shovel Knight that I'm really looking forward to. Let's hope it does well. I saw a demo for it. It was played on Game Grumps, and it was played on probably other places have gotten it. Kind of wish we all got it. But I think if you do donate, you do get a prototype version of it, so that's good, so that you can see how it is. Only problem is we don't know how long it is. You check the page. There's a lot of stuff. Usually, the more you donate, the more return you'll get. You might get an art book, you might get your face in the game, you might get a special edition of the game, you might get a DLC and whatnot. And I'm really all for crowdfunding, but of course, if it gets out of hand, like many things in the past, then there you go. That's not good for you. You should have more discretion and a little more awareness. So basically, put out as much information for your fans to know, so they can basically trust you. And then safely donate, knowing that their investment will be worthwhile, even if the product won't be good enough, won't be a game that everyone wants to play. Now I want to move into other types of entertainment that I've seen on a Kickstarter-like website. I want to start with a band called Poets of the Fall. They've done a few songs for Remedy games, so if anyone has played those, you might hear them. And they're a band from Finland, so they use something called pledgemusic.com, which is basically Kickstarter for music. And basically it's about, paying the money to get them to put a live DVD together. And here's the thing with them. They've made 5 albums in the past. I think that's enough, and plenty of YouTube videos and live shows on YouTube to get people to say, alright, I want to fund this band, I really like this band, and you know that there won't be pretty much no bad content. All they need is to be able to pretty much distribute it and, of course, get themselves some money, because they deserve it too, because they're a really good band. So there you go, 100%, you're going to get it. You're going to get what you want. You pledge a certain amount of money, you're going to get extra thing. Now there's another band that my brother-in-law is in, and that band is a metal band called Soil. Not to be confused with Soilwork, it's just Soil. So they went on Kickstarter to raise money for their next album, which I was talking to him, and he said that it worked out pretty well, and they do have just enough to make their album to go ahead, but unfortunately they need a little more funding. But hopefully the album's quality will get them on tours and whatnot. So and I know I know my brother-in-law. I don't know him very well, but I know him enough to know that he does work really hard. And I have listened to his music before, and they've made 4 other albums in the past, and I know that he's sincere enough. So basically, you have to. It's the risk, but you have to have the trust. Don't blindly click things to send money to like it's a Steam sale. Don't do that, because that's when something will be overfunded, and that's when the product may get a little bit lazy and shorthanded. So basically, watch out for them. Try to trust them. Attempt to trust them. And in the end, hopefully, just hopefully, and this is what Kickstarter is, hopefully their product will be then good, or maybe in the future have more improvements to be better. And just for a bit of contrast, I will mention one Kickstarter project that did exactly the opposite of what I feel like it should have done. There's a video series called Tropes vs. Women in Video Games. And the Kickstarter project earned $150,000, which it was crazy a lot just for a video series that is decent at best for decent editing and even the content presented. My subjective view, and this is subjective, is that she has a very biased view. Her view in like women in video games was really biased and slightly ignorant. I'm not anti-feminist in any way, but sometimes it can get a little extreme. And in this case, I feel like it did. Aside from my subjective view, forget that if you really hated that view. She disabled ratings and comments. That is called evading the trust in your product, in my opinion, and I think that's very distrustful. And because of that, she didn't allow anyone to criticize me. Go right ahead. Wrap this video up. It's pretty long, but don't do that. Maybe I haven't looked at the whole profile thing, but maybe she has given enough information about herself. If I don't agree with it, if others don't agree with it, that's fine. But if you do this, if you basically lock your product down to making it so no one can help you improve it, where's the trust to be had? Don't do that. Just don't do that. So, of course, Adam Sessler is a big inspiration to me, and I kind of agree, and then a little parts I kind of disagree. So that's it. If you liked the video, please feel free to like, rate, and comment, and whatever you want to do. And I'll see you later.